Well, something I never thought could happen after Kuniskis getting basically burned, during the last interview process or discussion process when Tavares was still CEO just a month or so ago, before we started talking to the BMW executives, before they started talking to, possibly making Antonio CEO. Could they be going back to Mopar Jesus? It looks that way. Because according to all three of my executive sources, he's been on the phone this week. Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and we're going to get into this video today about Mopar Jesus and see what happens. But before we do, I got to talk about the sponsors here at the channel, and that is Destroyer1320.com. You can see it. I hate thieves. I got it on. If you have a Mopar product, Challenger, Chrysler 300, Charger, TRX, regular Ram Rebel, Durango, Trackhawk, regular Jeep, Wranglers, even F-150s for Ford. They make products to keep your car from being stolen. If you don't want your car to show up in the next Instagram or TikTok video with kids doing donuts before they crash it and set it on fire, you can definitely go check it out, including the kill switches and everything else that Destroyer1320.com now offers. I highly recommend it. They are family to me at the channel, if you didn't know. And they do our entire Mopar, and now expanding out of Mopar, but mostly Mopar community, a great service, and I highly, highly recommend them. There's a lot of imitators out there, but they are the originators, and all of the stuff that they sell is all patent pending. They invented it. Go check them out, Destroyer1320.com. Tell them I sent you. All right, guys. So, according to all three of my sources, one of them called me excited as hell today when we talked about some other stuff. Tim Kuniskis has had light conversations with John Elkann as of Carlos Tavares being fired, resigned, however you want to put a bow on it. What does that mean? Well, with the board, and a lot of people say that, oh, TK, you said this America First thing. No, it wasn't on me. Their board of directors used that exact framing, saying we have to put America first. Ain't that? But I didn't come up with that phrase. The board, people on the board said it. They're not dumb. This is the cash cow for Stellantis. And there is no other person that is ideally suited, knowing the market, to do this right now than Tim Kuniskis. He knows exactly how to do this. If the board's talking about and floating ideas to John Elkann about making an affordable Hellcat option, a $40,000, $45,000 Hellcat option, bringing back Hellcats, bringing back a TRX, extending the Durango for a few more years. If they're talking about doing that, there's nobody else better suited to do that than Tim Kuniskis. Period. End of story. The problem comes in is they just burn this dude. And granted, they can blame that on Tavares, but there's people on the board that also said disrespectful things towards Tim. And I don't know if they've completely burned that bridge where Tim's like, I don't want to deal with y'all. Why? I mean, he could be going and building, he could be building the revitalization of another muscle car company right now. Why would he go from something that's completely funded with lots of money that's going to be huge in the next 18 to 24 months to coming back to clean up y'all's mess? I'll tell you why. Money. And if I was Tim Kuniskis, I would, oh, you gave Tavares $40 million? Cool. I want $150 in my compensation package in the first 24 months, or I wouldn't take the job. I know you're going to say, well, TK, that's not, that's going to screw the company. No, it's not. Stellantis pisses money away on drone companies. They piss money away on recalls because they use cheap-ass parts and everything else. They can afford the $150 million. If they want to turn it around and they want to fix it, pay the man. Period. End of story. Because there's nothing that will repair a relationship when you burn bridges and do wild-ass stuff like they've done to Tim Kuniskis that caused him to retire in the first place. But then it kind of pissed in his face when he was considering coming back when you were looking for CEOs to replace Tavares. So now you're coming back to him for a third time? Money. Good old blue, because I used to be green. I would say greenbacks, but blue hundreds. Money. Money fixes everything when it comes to a relationship like that. And if you pay them and you give them the autonomy to run the company and don't have your nose in his butthole trying to figure out what he's doing, let him do what he needs to do. I honestly, I'm saying, between experts and everything else, he could turn this company around 18 months. Just the hiring of him alone and him talking about Hellcats and other stuff coming back, stock price doubles in 7 days easily. We're at, what, $12 and some change right now? Stock goes to at least $20 like this. Get some more cash flow going in with the company. Start retooling Belvedere. Start making that affordable Hellcat option. Start making V8s available for the current Charger that you already have. Bring back the Chrysler 300. Put a Hellcat in that. Have regular V8 and V6 options. We're back. Put V8s back in the Ram. Keep the Hurricane. Nobody's saying don't keep the Hurricane because some Hurricane's better. Well, then go buy the Hurricane, dumbass. Go buy it. But I'm willing to bet money that they'll build those Hurricanes and people are going to pick the V8 over the Hurricane every single friggin' time. Sorry. Tried and true. We're going to pick the stuff that works. But it'll be interesting to see, because it's not just on Stellantis, it's also on Tim. Tim has to want to leave. I gotta be careful what I say here. Tim has to want to leave an already great opportunity that he's going to have, or that he has, and step into an absolute mess. I don't know if I was Tim, if I would leave what I'm going to be doing in terms of coming back to save a company I built. But who knows? Tim could be that Steve Jobs. Because if you don't know, Apple was in shambles after Jobs left. And he had to come back. And he brought the iPod, the iPhone, and everything that you dumbasses use as Apple products today. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. But if Stellantis just pays the man, he'll come back. But you got to pay the man. You got to pay him so much money that he's willing to leave such a great situation that he's got right now. Whew. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Does Mopar Jesus come back? I know just initial conversations, just a couple of phone calls, between Elkann and him right now. If I'm Kuniskis, I'm telling him I want $150 million. That's it. I want money. You're going to have to pay me after the disrespect and all the other stuff when I warned you that this was going to happen. But that's just me. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends. Whoopee!